Hey, thanks for coming back to the channel. It's Sunday, June 26th. This is kind of an update on the post-Bruen Supreme Court ruling the other day, and now what we can expect to see from the anti-gun states, the 6, 7 states that were having May issue kinds of strategies for concealed carry. Now, remember, this ruling focused on concealed carry, but it also established what the criteria is or are for any law, federal, state, or local, that touches the Second Amendment. The Second Amendment is no longer a stepchild right. It is a right. It always has been, but this Supreme Court ruling affirmed that very strongly. It also said that the strategy that has been used at the federal appellate courts, the Ninth Circuit, Fourth Circuit, and so forth, has been this intermediate two-step balancing between the government's claim of public interest against an individual right. The Supreme Court ruling said that is gone. You cannot do that. There is only one criteria, and that is the text, the history and tradition of the particular right. And if you touch the core of that right, you cannot have a law. Almost every law affecting guns and the ability to have guns in the United States will now be challenged over time, some immediately, some later. It's already taking effect as far as law enforcement agencies around the country who have had may issue things where they say you have to show just cause are no longer requiring that to be as part of their application. However, in some jurisdictions, California, New York, they have this clause that says you have to be of good moral character, and you, the citizen, in order to exercise your right, must prove to the government that you have strong moral character or good moral character. There is no criteria for that other than some human's judgment. Back in the day, if you had tattoos, that was considered to be poor moral judgment or a sign of poor moral judgment. If you are a sex worker today, someone could say you have poor moral character and therefore not qualified to carry a gun, right? Those kind of things, that kind of criteria will probably be the next the next level to be challenged. Now, the good part is that the federal appeals courts must now use the standard provided by the Supreme Court. No longer can any government say it is in the public interest, even it is in the public safety. Public interest, public safety has no bearing any longer on whether or not a law can be passed that affects your right to bear arms in public. So there will be a flurry of lawsuits, and the anti-gun people have no place to go because they were living on this it's in the public interest, it's in public safety. When public safety is a criminal issue, not something where it takes away your right. Even the recent so-called bipartisan bill that the president just signed will now be under challenge because nothing in the bill could pass that Supreme Court test, right? So it's going to get nasty and ugly going forward. However, we, the Second Amendment community, will win that particular fight. And I'll give an example. I am blessed to live in the free state of Idaho, where there are almost no restrictions to a person's ability to exercise a Second Amendment right. There are places you cannot carry, but they fit the recent Supreme Court law. You can't carry in the lockup, jail, any place where, criminals happen. You cannot carry in courthouse. However, in any other government building in the state, whether it's the state capitol building or your city hall, or in standing in line to vote in the state of Idaho, you can carry your firearm, open or concealed. And you know what? Nobody cares. Nobody gets all geeked up about that. It's just nature. Now, we have 2 million people in the state, growing like crazy. And as more people come to understand that kind of freedom and what that looks like, what that feels like, I think you're going to start to see attitudes change, with half the country in the states now exercising constitutional carry. That's huge. And that momentum is just going to keep going. So I don't think the anti-gun people or anti-Second Amendment people are going to be able to put the genie back in the bottle. They're not going to be able to do that. So stand by. There's going to be more as I get some more intel. I'll post a video on it, but I think we're on a roll here. As always, if you like what you hear and you want to get notified, subscribe, hit the bell icon, share. But as always, carry on.